I don't have a consistent supply of good food. You guys want to know what I eat on the everyday? I eat survival food. Well, it's a buffet, and I'm going to do what fat people do best, and we're going to stuff our faces. Cookie, you got anything you want to say? I can't afford to eat a diet. Because I can't afford a diet.
We are on historic ground, everybody. We are introducing a new locale to this channel, and it's somebody that I honestly thought I never really would go back to. Literally last night, I decided to just look up and see what Airsoft Fatty was up to. The only real experience I had of him was, I remember when his Chug Jug video went viral. I saw that initially, and then I saw the documentary type video that iDubbbz released on him. Now, initially, I thought I was going to make a reaction to iDubbbz's pathetic response video to kicking Froggy Fresh out of Creator Clash, but I don't know, it just didn't feel right. I felt there's no point in me commenting on that whole drama. If you want to hear me talk about it, let me know down below and maybe I'll make a video about it. Either way, I decided to go down a nostalgic path and look at some Airsoft Fatty stuff. And I've got to be honest, he is moving towards lolcow stardom. Now, he has sort of been a lolcow for forever, but he was more of an endearing figure. Especially if you watch that documentary, you can sort of see he's just sort of like a goofy kid that did some live action videos with his friends. Like, that's what he was known for. He had like really weird vlogs and stuff. He has now morphed into basically a younger version of Wings of Redemption, where he sits and streams all day and just smokes and begs for money and cries and freaks out. He's basically what Wings was before he went on Lexapro. That is the dream scenario. We needed somebody to fill that void because Wings is very boring. He's not into it anymore. It's not as interesting. But Airsoft Fatty, I'm telling you, there is a lot of potential with some of the content that he's releasing. So, I want to shout out Fatty Clips before I get into this. He's basically the Sean Ranklin of Airsoft Fatty. He's been uploading some short snippets of his content over the past couple months, so go check him out if you want to see any of this content from Airsoft Fatty. Either way, we're going to look at some of his clips, and I'll give my opinions on some stuff, so let's get into it.
You sure it's safe?
It's safe, bro.
Okay. I am touching the grass.
That's right, boys. He's more, him and Wings are kind of similar in the sense that they're not completely oblivious to internet culture. So he is somewhat self-reflective, but at the same time, he'll go and do stuff like this where, oh, go touch grass because he's inside all day and doesn't go outside. But at the same time, he had a video where he was talking about Steven Asante, the like infamous character from My 600 Pound Life, where he's like roasting this dude for like qualities that he himself has, and it's like, okay, on one hand you're aware, and on the other hand you're completely oblivious.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our mission today is simple. We are going to go to Chadden's Buffet, and we are going to try their meats and their foods, and we're going to see if they apply to my standards.
That's right, boys. Nothing puts fear into the hearts of a restaurant owner, especially a buffet owner, like these two stumbling into your restaurant. We got 1,000 pounds of girth going through those doors, and you better be praying that your workers in the back are able to supply enough food. Either way, we have those clips at the very beginning that I put because I thought it was ironic. He always talks about, literally the last time I looked at him was probably like 6 months ago. He talks about going on this like fitness journey to lose weight, and that's sort of been a background topic of his channel for a long time. He's not like Amberlyn Reed, who tries to pretend like they're a weight loss YouTuber. He's allegedly, or was allegedly, doing it in the background, but here he is, off to eat at the Chinese buffet. It's kind of ironic, you know. Uh, maybe he overlaps with a lot more locales. That's what Amberlyn Reed used to do all the time, is go to the Chinese buffet. I don't know. We're going to see the interesting food selections that he makes, because I know that fat people definitely have really good taste in foods, and their taste buds are just on point, so that should be exciting. I don't know why he had to put a slow motion filter on it. I mean, he's already moving in slow motion. Adding an extra filter, he's going at, what, 1/10 the speed of a normal person. But I think this this whole clip is so funny. You transition from the salad bar, you can assume that he's not going to take any food from there, and you immediately switch over to the Chinese food section with the noodles. You got some meats back there. I mean, oh man, Airsoft Fatty, I'm telling you, there's so much potential there. This man, he's going to be gorging down on some food here, so that should be exciting.
All right. So our first plate has chicken on a stick, sesame chicken, orange chicken, macaroni, dumplings, barbecue meatballs, and lastly at the very bottom, we have some noodles.
I like to imagine that transitional clip of him mixing from one clip to the next is just the food's mind being altered as this giant man is about to consume all of that food. Either way, I don't get it with Chinese buffets, at least in areas that I've lived in. It might be different elsewhere, but what's the deal with Chinese buffets not just strictly having Asian food? Why is there always, I mean, this man's about to eat mac and cheese. Why is mac and cheese at a Chinese buffet? It doesn't make any sense. You know it's going to be awful. You know it's not going to be good. His second plate, which we'll get to, is even worse than this one. But the whole concept is so perplexing to me. If I wanted mac and cheese, why in the world would I go to a Chinese buffet? I assume it's probably to like get parents and their kids to go there or something, but I don't know. Pass. Not great for me. You know that the Chinese food will be subpar, and at the same time, all the other types of food will be even worse.
Okay, that dumpling was really freaking good. Like, really good. Like, tasty. Really good.
I mean, I always am curious about videos like this. You know, I can never wrap my head around filming myself in public. It just doesn't compute with me. It probably explains why I sit behind the screen and watch these train wrecks of internet personas exist. I don't know. Airsoft Fatty came off as pretty comfortable in his skin, I feel like, for the most part. I mean, he does stream shirtless like 95% of the time. So that's understandable. But like, I don't know. I feel like I'd have too much self-conscious of just being in public at this size, eating this much food. I mean, I don't know. All the employees and everybody around him is probably like, oh boy, we better get in line fast because there's not going to be a lot of food left pretty soon.
And now we're going to try the mac and cheese, baby. I'm one cheesy man.
Whew. I mean, there are aspects of Chris that are very intriguing. They're very, or maybe sincere is the better word. He just like, at times he just comes off as a goofy, likable fella. And then, as we'll soon see, he just transforms into this otherworldly e-beggar. It's so bizarre.
Chicken that's fried. Got some peanut butter chicken, a slice of pizza, and the mashed potatoes and gravy.
You gotta be kidding me. I don't want to go on a second rant about Chinese food buffets, but what is this? He's literally eating a meal that you would probably find at KFC. Ow, I just hit my elbow on the table. What is this? Fried chicken, peanut butter chicken, mashed potatoes and gravy, and pizza? Where are we? What is happening? I don't get it.
I'm gonna throw those oats away. They're very clearly not good still. They're not good at all. I feel like I'm gonna get sick if I keep eating those. His body rejects healthy food. Yeah, that's why I can eat things like baked chicken, broccoli, carrots, peas, potatoes. Totally, that's what it is, bud.
I mean, so first off, apologies for the potato quality. That just happens on Chris's stream sometime. And also I had to zoom in to get his webcam. But the trolls are out in full force. I mean, they're not going to let this slide. He claims that he's getting sick because of the oats that he's eating. Even though, as a former fat guy, it's all because of the garbage processed food that you're eating. I mean, we just saw your history of the Chinese buffet. I mean, all that food is just going to destroy and tear out your insides. Not looking great. And I'd be curious to see, I mean, we've seen you make meat salad before. Why not a real salad? Let's look into that. Can we get go back to the Chinese buffet, make a salad for us? I'd watch that review. I'd watch that review because you probably would be revolted by what's going on.
And I just got through ringing someone out in my Instagram DMs who sat there and spammed me with, "You need to change your diet or you're going to die."
Well, that's a fact. That's just true. I mean, yeah, it's probably annoying to hear that from people constantly 24/7. But, like, that's true. You had those workout videos from the past. Whatever happened, we're just trying to see if you're going to live past, I don't know how old Chris is, 30 years old. We'll see.
Fully expected to have about a week or two off. Well, I went to log into my AdSense to find out when they're going to be paying me out so I can take care of bills. And lo and behold, they deactivated my AdSense account. I can't touch a single penny I've made, period.
So we've reached this interesting arc. Once again, this is a first step into the Airsoft Fatty lolcow stardom. So I'm not going to pretend like I know everything, but there was some drama a month or two ago of whether or not Chris got evicted from his house in Battle Creek. And so there's this whole thing, he was getting pissed off. He does this thing like Wings where if the trolls are really getting on his nerves, he'll be like, "Alright guys, I'm done streaming. The trolls ruined the stream. I'm getting offline." Then they just shut down the stream. They have relatively paper thin skin when it comes to the trolls. But in terms of this, he is now getting demonetized and can't make any money. And he's constantly e-begging, asking for money. He wasted on a bunch of random garbage. He had some like Hot Wheels thing that he did. I mean, like, we all have our little soy addictions on the side. I'm well aware. I'm guilty as charged. But I'm able to finance my money in a way that I can still pay everything I need to while also getting my little dopamine hit from, cardboard cards. So we all get that. That's fine. Either way, one thing that I will say about his content is I feel like in the past people were so intrigued by him because he made these goofy type of vlogs of him, meat salad, chug jug, stuff like that, Star Wars videos. But now he just sits there and streams like Flash games. Like, who cares? Nobody wants that. It's the same thing with Wings, I don't think people actually care about Wings' streams. He's not interesting enough to like really grip your attention. He might have been when he was freaking out, and that's kind of the same with Airsoft Fatty. But the actual videos is what drew people in the first place. So I don't know why he's deviating from that. He probably assumes that he can make a quicker buck by streaming, which is probably true. Either way, kind of an odd dichotomy there.
I'm done!
I'm sorry for blowing out your eardrums there, but he does this in his streams a lot, where he'll just pick up his Blue Yeti and put his mouth right against the microphone, that type of meme, and just start shouting into it. And I don't know, it's lovely. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm a bad guy, alright? Maybe I'm a bad guy for relishing in his freakouts, but at the same time, he's an e-beggar. He's constantly pleading with his chat to send more money to him so he can get more toys and whatever. I mean, if anything, shout out to the foundation of their house that they're staying in, because there is a lot of weight navigating throughout those halls.
Ian, you know what? That piece of shit ever needs my competent. He's never getting it.
Chris.
I have been on the verge of a complete mental snap for almost 3 years now.
You've been on the verge? On the verge of a mental freak out? I don't know. I think you've well passed and jumped off that port. Not so sure about that. And in terms of the whole iDubbbz thing, iDubbbz clearly uses these people. He clearly targets people in these documentaries that he views as lesser than him. That he views, oh, we can get, here's an interesting character. I'm clearly superior to him, so I'm going to come out looking nice. And, you know, we'll see how I direct the other characters. That's why the whole Sam Hyde thing blew up in his face. The Airsoft Fatty thing, clearly Ian used him for content. I'm sure they still talk. Chris makes it seem like they still talk every now and then. But you can't expect Ian to constantly be bailing you out of these mistakes. The documentary happened, 4 years ago? It's like you didn't seize the opportunity then. Alright? If as soon as that documentary ended, you did a legitimate weight loss journey where you lost a bunch of weight and you still did like goofy activities like lightsaber battles and doing whatever to lose weight, then you would have a massive following. He still almost has like 500k subscribers, but doesn't really pull in the views anymore. He's getting like maybe 10k on a video, maybe. I mean, it's not looking great, and now that he's demonetized, I mean, he can't do anything. So for once, I don't like iDubbbz anymore. I'm not interested in his content or the person that he is, but I'm not gonna blame him for Chris's failures.
I'm gonna say this again in a female voice to try and maybe get you mother to listen. Airsoft Fatty hasn't had to buy weed in nearly 6 months. Airsoft Fatty has had a very steady supply and hasn't had to drop a single penny. Almost all of his weed is free, and Airsoft Fatty never has to put in a single cent.
This man is literally losing his mind. I saw some people in the comments of these videos saying that he needs to be checked into like a psychiatric hospital. And at the same time, I want to say, clearly the loss of his mom and the fall from relevancy is impacting him. And that's understandable. Both those things are completely understandable. But it's how you react to them, it's how you behave from them that really judges your character and judges how other people will view you. But here he is, speaking in a female's voice, talking about how he doesn't need to buy weed, yet he was just begging for money like 5 seconds ago. So I don't get it. Doesn't that mean that you should have more cash to be able to put into rent and whatever else you need, groceries? I don't know, it seems kind of odd. I don't know what the point of this whole clip is. Is it to like flex on your haters? It's supposed to be like, ooh yeah, look at me, I can get my buds for free. I don't know, it seems pretty odd. Either way, I'm gonna send you guys out with a pretty funny clip in my opinion. Let me know if you want to see more Airsoft Fatty content. I'm really into him right now, especially with Cyrax just bugging out and not showing up anymore. Airsoft Fatty, I think, sort of fills that void a little bit. So, either way, I'll talk to you guys later. I really appreciate you watching, and until next time, peace.
If someone offered you $100 to shave your hair, nope, not doing it. This head shaving thing is a very, very special thing for me. It's symbolic. To those of you making fun of the haircut, y'all might be laughing, but I'm the one that made $100 last night to get it.